Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. In yesterday's game we saw Celtic prevail over Rangers with a 1-0 win. The goal coming in the 86th minute from Proabaly, who now has 4 goals in 2 games against Rangers. That in itself is ridiculous. However, the headline of the match wasn't really about the match itself or about Celtic winning or the goal from Dembele. It was in fact about a pre-match incident that occurred around 15 minutes before kick-off just outside of the stadium. What we understand about the incident, as I wasn't actually there, was that a bottle was thrown at a group of Rangers fans with the intent to cause harm. However, it didn't hit any adults, but it did hit an 11-year-old on the head, causing a large gash wound in his head, as you can see now. It is said that a police medic attended to him at the scene of the incident, managed to bandage him, etc., but he still needed to go to hospital for stitching. Now, my first thoughts on this, to be honest, the obvious. I'm pretty disgusted by it, and I think everyone is. Let's say I think Celtic fans and Rangers fans alike are disgusted by this. So let's not once again make this a witch hunt at Celtic fans in general, but at the same time it is unacceptable that this has happened. Online I've seen some people defending the person who threw the bottle. Some saying that obviously he didn't intend to hit the 11-year-old child and he was trying to hit the adult Rangers fans, which I don't see how that makes it better in the first place really, and that's quite aggravating to read something like that. But what I believe is that if you're going to throw a bottle at a crowd of Rangers fans, or at a crowd of anyone, right? If you're going to throw a bottle at a crowd of anyone and there's a small child there, you've always got the risk of hitting the child. But there was an 11-year-old child there, a child nonetheless, and the child has been hit. So if you're going to throw a bottle in the crowd and someone gets hit, particularly a kid, I don't see how anyone can defend you, because you've caused injury to someone. And to make matters worse, obviously this happened before the game, meaning that the poor kid didn't even get to see any of the game whatsoever. And a bad part of this is that obviously this happened before the game, meaning that the kid probably was looking forward to this for however long it's been booked, a couple of months maybe. So that's why I feel even more sorry for the boys that he didn't actually even get to watch, well, a second of the game live for the tickets, with the tickets he had, and no doubt it was a game that he was looking forward to for a long time. But the issue we discussed earlier wasn't actually the only aggressive incident that took place during or before the Rangers game. As you can see on the screen now, credit to the Mirror Online, there was a brawl between Rangers and Celtic fans on the street, to which a Rangers fan unfortunately then picked up a road sign and it looked like he was about to go and hit someone with it. And I personally hope that the people involved get banned from going to future Old Firms, as clearly the occasion is just too much for them. But now going back to the game, this channel is known for reviewing Rangers matches. When it comes to a loss to Celtic, well, it's always hard to do. But let's start off with the positives. I think that a major positive, in fact one of the best players on the pitch, by far, was the likes of Matt Gilks. Now, Gilks did mess up on one occasion where he got the ball back to him on the 6-yard box. He didn't look up and tried to pass it back out to the defender when he was intercepted. And luckily the Celtic player, whose name escapes me just now, didn't manage to get the ball from under his feet and kicked it into the side net. However, if he'd have pulled it back and passed it to Dembele, just taken a second to look at his surroundings, which a true professional would have done, then we'd have gone 1 goal under a lot earlier than the actual game did. That being said, it is a little known secret that a lot of Rangers fans are crediting Matt Gilks for the performance that he put in on Sunday's game. He saved us on multiple occasions, always seemed to be in the right position and seemed to get a hand, foot or touch to any shot that came his way. An example was, I think it was a free kick from Scott Sinclair. Matt Gilks tipped it so it hit the bar and it bounced kindly in front of him. He managed to capitalise on the save by jumping on top of it, which for me is a sign of a very, very good keeper. In my opinion, another good player for us during the game would have been Lee Hodgson. Hodgson has always struggled to get into the team because Tavernier has been our right back, but it's no secret that Rangers fans think that Tavernier is a bit of a liability in the right back position. So what Warburton seemed to do was to push Tavernier up into the midfield, which allowed Hodgson to go to right back, allowing our defence to be a defence, as it were, allowing our defence to be a defence as such, because with Tavernier there, he was always bombing up and down the wing and usually being caught out of position because either he'd lose the ball or a midfielder would lose the ball and he'd be out of position and wouldn't quite get back in time, which is a key reason to one of the goals the last time we played Celtic. Also, Hodgson is still a starter for his country, Northern Ireland, which is great to see a Rangers player playing internationally, but it also good to see him playing in the first team more frequently, because I think he's an out-and-out defender, as a defender should be. Moving on to Dembele's goal, I think it was an impending sense that every single Rangers fan sort of felt was that Dembele might have scored in this game, just by the fact that last game he put 3 past us. This makes Dembele's 4th goal in 2 games, which it's just unprecedented, particularly as he was only signed in the summer of 2016 this year. However, in the 86th minute, a ball threaded its way through from the Celtic midfield with the intent to go to Lee Griffiths. Lee Wallace was doing a capable job of marking Griffiths, however he pulled out of the marking too early and tried to put his leg towards the ball to stop it from bouncing. He missed that completely, and that allowed Griffiths to pass the ball into Dembele, who finished it nicely to make Celtic go 1-0 up. Now, what I feel Wallace should have done, but as I said, I'm literally only a Rangers fan. I am not by any means a professional footballer. It's just fans, as I think, are entitled to their opinion. And what I feel I would have said, and what I feel Wallace did wrong at the time, was he should have carried the run on slightly instead of pulling out early and trying to get to the ball. However, he was only trying to defend and get the ball out as quickly as possible. It's just sometimes it doesn't pay off. But on the whole, I feel as if we saw an improvement in Rangers this time round in the Old Firm as to the last Old Firm game we saw. In the last Old Firm game, we lost 5-1, and in the second half it was a complete and total whitewash in terms of domination of possession, passing and shooting from Celtic. But this time round, it seemed as if we defended competently throughout most of the game. There was a couple of mistakes, of course, one leading to a goal, but others, Gilks managed to save us, and one time Gilks obviously almost put us in jeopardy himself. However, as stated before, I feel that this is a huge step up in performance and completely agree with Mark Walton's post-match interview about the game. So that concludes this video for now. Apologies for the dormancy in terms of uploading. I haven't actually found a way to be able to find a device to upload on due to a phone that broke. Make sure you like and subscribe for more. Check out Rangers FC, Scotland's most successful football club, on Facebook, and of course Ibrox Loyal on Twitter. Talking of Twitter, this is the YouTube channel's Twitter here, @AllThingsJers. Make sure you go and follow that too. Thank you for watching.